We do be back with more of this. In the last one, we just had a lot of cute stuff with Miho and Aspen, and I hope that there's a lot more of it in this episode. So yeah, with all that being said, let's just get into it. Even though things have changed so much, the morning routine is more or less the same. The three of us chit-chat about our lives and mundane things until we finish eating. After pushing her empty plate away, Aspen leans in.
So, Miho, there's something I've been thinking about.
And
I understand if this is something you wouldn't even want to consider.
Oh.
But have you ever thought about finding a way to stop your magic?
Oh, the forget stuff. Juliet also turns to look at me, putting me on the spot.
Not that I can remember. That's like asking if you've thought about finding a way to stop your nose from working.
I mean, that's very possible, though.
I see. I thought that might be the case.
I'm not sure if I've ever heard of such a thing either. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
I was just thinking about the other day and about how dreadful it all was to go through. Of course, I don't want to speak for Miho. I know it's much more complicated than just that. But I thought I might bring up the idea, at least.
I getcha.
You've got a point. Not having to worry about people forgetting me would be a huge relief.
And you could have more than, like, 2 friends, because, like, having to, like, manage seeing, like, imagine you just add, like, Alina alone into this. Imagine trying to have to see, like, 3 people every single day or else they forget about you. Again, I just go back to, like, the idea of one of them going on a vacation and how, like, that would just ruin everything. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be so nice if they could live their life independently. Like, obviously, I'm not saying, like, oh, they just don't want to see each other every day, that kind of thing, but it's more of, like, the idea of if they need to, or having the freedom to not, like, for one day, you know what I mean?
Right. I thought you might agree.
I look at Juliet, expecting her to give an opinion, but she doesn't offer one. It's true that life would be a lot easier without my magic. Well, half true. This life would be easier, but the life I used to lead, I couldn't have survived without it.
Well, it's purely hypothetical right now anyway. For all we know, it might be impossible. So no need to think about it too much.
It's worth thinking about, though.
Just not too much. The only 2 people who actually remember me are in this room right now. All the other people I've met here in Welly, I couldn't really call them my friends, as much as I've liked spending time with them. Every time we see each other is the first time as far as they're concerned. Maybe that wasn't so bad when Maybe that wasn't so bad when I was still on the fence about whether I'd even stay in town or not. But now that I've been here a while, long enough to build something worth missing, I wish I could make those connections into something more secure. Even if there's nothing I can do about my magic, I could at least try to figure out a way to maintain friendships with others too, not just Aspen and Juliet.
It couldn't hurt to find out, right? It's not like I have to go through with it or anything if I don't want to.
Exactly. Simply being informed is never a bad idea.
So, does that mean you have an idea?
Well, not quite. But I'd be happy to start doing some research on the topic. If we're going to find anything, it's likely to be in a book. And if there's one thing I'm good at, it's reading.
Good luck with that. Let me know what I can do to help.
I'd be glad to lend a hand as well. Perhaps I could find someone who'd be knowledgeable about Gumiho. Myth and folklore are often at odds with reality, so it can be difficult to discern what's true and what isn't.
Someone who'd know about Gumiho.
And then is this when she's gonna actually, like, remember the other Gumiho she met? I think her name was Silver? For some reason, that name's popping into my head. I don't know if that's the actual name or not. One person comes to mind, but I'm not sure how willing she'd be to help. I still haven't mentioned the other Gumiho I met to Aspen and Juliet. In my head, I've started calling her... Oh, I was right. I've started calling her Silver, sort of. Wait, how did I... Did I just guess that? I think I might have just guessed that. That's crazy. Okay. Because if she's saying, like, I started to calling her Silver, then that means she didn't call her that before. So I guess I just guessed it? Question mark. It just feels wrong somehow. If someone had told other people when I was around, I would have been furious with them. It would have made hiding and stealing a whole lot harder too. So, as a fellow Gumiho, I've kept Silver's existence a secret from everyone else so far. For all I know, there could be more than just Silver. There could be a whole community of Gumiho here in Wellington, and I'd have no idea. I don't think that's the case though. Besides, Silver seems unhappy enough with one intruder on her territory as it is. Maybe that's something else I can ask her. I don't know when or where, but somehow I know I haven't seen the last of her. For now, I just sit back and listen as Aspen and Juliet discuss various books and theories to start with. I feel like I should be more involved in it. It's my magic after all, but this is one area where I can't really contribute. I can't stay out of it forever and let them take care of me again, though. I have to try something on my own too. I can't just refuse to participate in my own future. I really like that. I like that thought. As it gets closer to time for Aspen to leave, Juliet checks the clock and then stands
Off to
up.
bed?
Not yet, actually. Would you mind staying just a moment longer, Aspen? I have something I'd like to give you.
Oh?
It's somewhat related to what we were just talking about.
Oh?
Oh, no, I don't mind.
Is it like a phone or something?
For me? What is it?
Because instantly my thought went to like, what if they just like FaceTimed each other? Would that count? Would that like work with how their powers are? I don't know.
You'll see. I'll be right back.
Disappearing upstairs, I hear Juliet enter her study for a moment before returning with a small, nicely wrapped
There's
box.
no particular occasion, but still, I felt like wrapping it.
Juliet hands me the package, which I take carefully. It's not heavy, but it's not light either. I turn it over and over examining. I feel like it should be like examining it. It feels weird to just be like, I turn it over and over, examining. I've never had a gift before. Clearing her throat, Aspen seems a bit impatient.
Don't just keep us in suspense.
Okay.
I tear off the paper that Juliet so beautifully wrapped the package with, revealing...
Oh. Wow.
It's a... I'm so good at this game! I'm so good! Oh my gosh! It's a phone, one that I recognize.
Same as Aspen's.
What a coincidence, right?
I consulted Aspen to make sure I got the same one. I thought it would be best if she can help show you how to use it. I'm
Oh, that's so cute.
a little behind the times on things like devices.
As gently as I can, I open the box and take out the phone itself. It's sleek and shiny and cold to the touch. I hold it in both hands to make sure that I don't drop it. Okay, so my phone case has been falling apart like completely, and I just ordered a new one, which is like, it's see-through, except it also has like a bunch of flowers on the back. So since my phone is, it's a black Android, it's just gonna be like a nice sleek black with a bunch of colorful flowers on it, and it's gonna look so freaking nice. I hold on to it. I hold it in both hands to make sure that I don't drop it.
Thank you. Really. This is the nicest thing I've ever owned.
Think nothing of it. As you have more loved ones and responsibilities, it's important that you be able to stay in touch. In fact, that was what gave me the idea in the first place. Like Aspen, I'd also been thinking about your magic and the ways that it might work. So I wonder, would seeing someone in a video call serve to refresh someone's memory of you? Or is it necessary to see each other in person?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I can't believe I never thought to ask that before.
Honestly, same.
Neither Aspen nor I would want to gamble our memories of Miho, in case it turns out not to work. So we need to find someone else to participate in our little experiment.
Just do Lena or Lena. I forgot to pronounce her name. She hasn't been in the story for so long.
With that in mind, I'm not sure who to ask. It's a harmless trial, but still a bit much to ask of a total stranger.
Someone willing to try something weird without hesitation. I'll text Lena.
While Aspen does that, I stare at the device in my hands. Could something so small really solve so many of my problems? It wouldn't be a perfect solution, but it'd be a lot better than if nothing works. Even if not, I won't let that change my earlier decision to find some way to be remembered by the people I've met. Just like researching my magic. I can't leave everything to someone else or hope for an easy way out.
All right, Lena says
Look at her
she's willing
go.
to
She's
give it a
growing
go.
so much.
I told her I'd explain more when I saw her. Usually you'd think those would happen in the other order, but this is Lena we're talking about.
Miho, would you like to come down to the Bell House to see her with me now? Sure.
Yeah.
As long as Juliet doesn't mind me leaving the library.
By all means. I'm eager to see if this works as well.
So it's settled then. Shall we be off, Miho?
I know this game too well. I just predicted like 3 things back to back to back. Oh my gosh. I'm so good at this. Lena's waiting for us outside the Bell House when we arrive.
Hey, Lena.
So, you're the person with the weird memory thing, right? Yep, that's me.
I've already introduced myself to Lena more times than I can count. Still, what's one more? This will be a great start to my new goal of making sure the other people I've gotten to know don't keep forgetting me.
I'm Miho. We've met before, actually. At tennis.
Really? I don't remember.
Bell House, and a few other times, too.
Okay, makes sense to me. So how do we do this?
Really? That's it?
What you mean?
I would have thought you'd take more convincing than that.
Lena's been one of my favorites. I love her so much. She's such a great
I
character.
guess I'm not surprised, but
Nah, it lines up. I remember doing all those things that Miho mentioned, but I couldn't think of who I was with. Now I can stop trying to remember that and devote that brain power to something else.
yes, well, I'm sure you'll need it. So, let's see.
I just need to get Miho's number, right? And then video call her tonight?
Right. Any time should be fine as long as it's before this time tomorrow. Miho can come with me again in the morning, and we'll see if you know who she is.
You got it! I'll try extra hard to remember her.
I'm not sure it works like that, unfortunately. I wish it were that simple.
Maybe it is, and you just didn't try hard enough.
Placing a finger on either temple, Lena closes her eyes and hums
Does-
deeply.
Does that help?
Don't interrupt!
Lena hums for a little longer and then opens her eyes with a wink and a thumbs up.
Okay, got it! Of course it helps. It's my secret technique.
Whoa! If it works, then maybe you could teach Aspen too.
I think I'm all right, actually.
But what if it's really useful?
That's a very big if.
Miho's too precious. She's too precious for this world.
Oh, whatever. You'll see tomorrow when I remember all of this. Anyway, Miho, what's your number?
It's,
I pull out the phone Juliet gave me, inspecting it closely.
I'm not sure where it is.
Shouldn't it be written somewhere? I look around the edges trying to find anything that seems fitting.
Let's do this instead. Miho, may I see your phone?
I hand the device to Aspen, who swipes one finger up and begins to quickly tap through the screens.
Whoa, you're a pro at this. Juliet's a lot slower whenever she uses hers.
I'm not sure that Juliet's the right standard. She still prefers a landline when she can. Okay, here. I saved Lena's number for you, Miho. Now you can call her so she can save your number.
Right.
How do I call?
Okay, let's see.
Taking my phone back, I try to remember how to do that. Lena comes and watches from behind Aspen.
New phone?
Moving away, Aspen brushes imaginary dirt off her shoulder.
You're in my bubble.
That's the same kind Aspen has, right?
Yup! This is the first phone I've owned.
Wow, really? So then how do you check Triller or Space Face?
Oh, Space Face is a great sounding one. I want that one to be real.
What are those?
Stumbling backwards, Lena seems like she's at a loss of words. 4 words, which might be the first for her. Which might be a first for her. Gosh darn it. I guess she does have something in common with Aspen.
Wow, you really do have a lot of catching up to do. I'll help you get set up when I call you. It's like, you can't not have a Triller, even though it's terrible, I hate it, but you have to have it. Space Phase, I don't know about. Everyone you...
Okay, I think that's enough, Lena.
Oh, you never let me finish talking!
You never would finish talking if I didn't stop you.
That's not true!
For a second, Lena seems pretty serious, but then she thinks about it a second.
Well, maybe a little. But just a little. Anyway, it's fine. I'll tell Miho when I talk to her tonight. See you guys later!
I'm going to be in there with you in like 2 minutes.
That's later, isn't it?
She's not wrong. She's pretty right. Lena flaps her wings proudly as she walks into the bell house.
You let her win, huh?
Aspen sighs.
Sometimes it's better to just let her go. But I'm glad she said she'd help out. She's a mess, but she sticks to her word at least.
You two seem pretty close.
Do we? We started working here at the same time, so we spent a lot of time together. You've spent more time with her outside the Bell House than I have, though.
Oh?
She can be a lot, but she comes through when it matters. Like with this. I knew before messaging her that she'd be willing to help out. It's just how she is.
See,
Don't
she's
you
great.
dare tell her I said that, though.
Stepping towards the bell house door, Aspen turns to say goodbye to me.
Well, it's my least favorite time of the day. Time to say goodbye.
Oh.
It's not too late to ditch work and hang out with me instead.
Nah, but I got bills to pay.
Believe me, it sounds more and more tempting each day.
That just means I have to keep trying.
Oh.
I should probably get back to the library too, though.
Yes, don't let me keep you. As much as I'd like to.
Stop. We come together for a quick kiss. I like this new routine of doing that every time we say goodbye.
I'll see you tomorrow then.
Of course. You know where to find me.
Good. I hope you have a wonderful day, Miho. I love you.
I love you too. Have a good day at work.
I'll do my best.
Aspen walks inside and the bells over the door chime like they're happy to see her. I wait until the door fully closes behind her and she disappears from sight before I head out on my way. It's almost bedtime when my phone finally buzzes, startling me and almost making me drop my phone on my face. Lita's name pops up and I tap what I hope is the right button.
Hello? Miho? Can you hear me? It's Lena.
Her face fills the screen, making it pretty easy to see who it is. I wiggle the phone around trying to make it point at my face. Problem is, it's reversed, so I keep confusing myself. How does Aspen use this thing so much?
Hi! I see you! Can you see me?
Yep. Hi.
She waves at the camera with her free hand. I have to sit up to do the same thing.
Thanks for calling. This is gonna be a big help.
No, yeah, no problem. Sorry I've forgotten you so many times. I know I'd be totally upset if people couldn't remember who I was. It's like, hello? How can you forget me?
It's alright. I'm pretty used to it by now.
Yeah, but still, it's gotta suck. I've got an idea, though. I'll just call you like this every night, and that way I won't forget you, right?
Aww.
If this works out, I mean.
Yeah. If it works. I really, really hope it does. Still, every night...
Even if the phone makes it a lot easier, that's a lot of phone calls to make. Forever. Funny how that word keeps getting in my way.
Yeah, it's no big deal, though. I mean, I'm always on my phone before I go to bed anyway, so I can just make calling you part of my routine, like brushing my teeth and stretching.
Yeah, as long as like the circle doesn't get too big. Like, let's say you throw Lena and Lena in here, and like, who else would there even be right now? Like, yeah, she's like kind of buddies with like the fisherman, and she's like buddies with the kid, and knows his parents like issues. But like, right now, there's not too many people she'd have to make like that routine for, I guess. So it's a good like, it's a band-aid. It's a decent band-aid fix so her group of friend gets bigger, or until she can find a way to like permanently get rid of it.
Ever since I quit ballet, I have more free time, so I can fit it in. That way I won't forget to do it. That would be kind of funny if I did, though. Not like funny, but funny like ironic. I think that's how you use that word. Aspen always tells me I'm wrong, though. Actually, speaking of Aspen...
I saw you guys kiss, oh my gosh. Lena goes on to tell me a story about work today, which turns into a story from work the day before. She goes on like that for a while. I try to smile and laugh when it seems appropriate, but my arm is starting to get sore from holding out my phone like this. Finally, she runs out of steam and yawns, switching into sleepy mode in seconds.
Anyway, I just thought that was funny. I'm gonna go to bed now. I'm super tired. You're coming to the Bell House in the morning, right?
Yup. I'll be there with Aspen.
Okay, see you soon then. I hope. Well, I'll see you either way. But I hope I remember you. Sorry if I don't.
That's fine.
She's so
Thanks
fun.
for trying. Good night.
I try to figure out how to hang up, my fingers hovering over the screen like I'm about to squish a bug. Fortunately, Lena does it first, and that ends the call for both of us. I lie back down in my bed with my phone in my hand. It isn't heavy, but it's definitely a big deal. If this works out with Lena tomorrow, it could change everything for me, again. I'm not sure if Lena really thought about what she was getting into when she said she'd call me every day. Same goes for Aspen and Juliet. Of course, I'm sure all of them mean it when they promise, but those are really hard promises to keep, no matter who's making them, even though they're all willing to go through so much trouble for me. Odds are, at some point, at least one of them will eventually miss a day, and that'll be that. No second chances. Even if we started over, it would never be exactly the same. With my other hand, the one that isn't holding the phone, I reach up and grab my necklace, feeling the warmth of my bead. It's been a big pain lately, but for such a long time, my magic was my most useful tool, my secret weapon. As much hiding and scavenging as I did before, it would have been 10 times worse if my crimes had followed me. Are those days really past me now, permanently? Aspen's idea about stopping my magic's interesting, and I can't get it out of my head. Being able to be remembered by everyone I care about is the #1 thing I could ask for right now. But will it always be that way? Say there was a way that I could change things and make it so people didn't forget me. What if it wasn't possible for me to change my mind later? Sure, it sounds nice at the moment, but forever is a long time. I keep being reminded of that. I tug my necklace up so that I can see the bead. It still has a soft white glow to it. I wish I knew what it meant. Wish I knew what any of it meant or how it worked. I wish I didn't have to deal with these questions and problems. Of all the forms of my magic to take, it had to be this confusing one. Gripping my bead in my fist, I yank my necklace off my neck and hurl it away from me. It clatters and rattles as it hits the wall and then the floor, lying like a snake in the darkness. Closing my eyes, I silently count in my head. 1, 2... There's no flicker or pop as my necklace reappears around my throat, as if it had never left. My bead hasn't changed at all, not that I expected it to. Sighing, I roll over onto my side, not tired enough to sleep, but not feeling like doing much else either. This necklace has felt like a lot of things before. A comfort, a memento, a guide. It's been one of my constants since the beginning. It's been my one constant since the beginning. Right now, heavy against my pillow, it feels like an anchor. That's super duper omega fair, girl. But with that being said, I guess we'll see if it all worked out in the next one. Because I would record more, but I do have a stream to go to, and I gotta get things ready for that, sadly. But yeah, with all that being said, I'm really excited to see where the story keeps going, and I'll see all you beautiful people in the next one. Bye-bye!